The proof of conspiracy. Current objective, search the records in the spire in Upper Dnavran for the owner of a maker's sigil. After collecting enough of the devices that were sabotaging the arcs, Sev noticed a maker's sigil on each of them, noticed a maker's sigil on each of them. I suppose even enchanters messing with the arcs want to sign their work, especially if they're smuggling them out of the Enclave. Want a surefire way to prove who deserves the coin for it. Okay. Wouldn't they not want them? Oh, sure. I'm heading to Upper Dnevron to see if the Enclave was as meticulous about keeping records of these sigils as Sev suspects were. Oh, that's just her still sad that she lost that stuff at the beginning of the game. I gotta remember to not stand still without having the pause menu open because I'll miss out on them talking about stuff. Nevrin. Atelier. I don't know what that means. I don't speak French. He has a loom, so I'm assuming it's something to do with fashion?
The cold sunk right into the stones here.
This is why we use wattle and daub back home. Insulates properly. If this keeps happening, you might want to keep a suit of armor for the occasion.
With the right materials, we can keep you snug as a bug in a rug.
Am I gonna take damage over time, or am I good? I have to stay off the blue ground, and I'm fine. Because I still haven't gone to get my fire spell, and I really need to. Oh, plus we got the new creature. And until I kill this guy, he will always be here. So there's also that. I do need to kill him, though. If this mission's short enough, maybe I'll just kill him. Course. Yeah, I don't got time for that. Oh. Out of the cold. Okay. Got an ice wolf there.
A loom gate near the spire. Probably for the Enclave's council members. Might not be one myself, but I'd better grab a key switch.
I don't know how to destroy this thing yet. I've wailed on it, and it was of no use, so... Detailed plaque, history of politician acumen, carefully edited. Get over there and help me out. Oh, help me out. Drop your freaking acid on this thing. Oh. The issue with this thing is, if you kill the bugs, it's gonna spawn another one, so that there's always 3 out. Yeah, I can't destroy it. Oh, wow, I can destroy it. I was probably, when I first attacked it, in my first playthrough, I was probably 1 hit away, and I just assumed I couldn't destroy it, because it was taking too long. And also, I was being attacked by a bunch of people that were on fire. Not people that were on fire, people who were causing fire. Nay, now I got another one here. So I need to find... somewhere up here in the spire, I need to find the owner of the sigil? There's no houses up here. Because I can't hurt it. The white ones I still can't hurt. Oh, because there was more to the spire. That's why. This is gonna be
impressive building. Wonder what's inside.
Man, I really need my fire magic.
I'd always heard the Enclave liked to keep extensive records. It's a lawkeeper's dream. Let's see if we can find a registry of Maker's sigils.
Okay. So I don't know who they all are. I don't know who the, she is. Sorry, I couldn't tell if you were a white one, so kind of just gotta get out of here. You are a white one, which means I can't hurt you. So, bye. Oh, there's another one.
This looks like some kind of evacuation plan. Old. Probably from before the surge. Were they consulting it?
Oh no, you can get back up here. I thought that was your death. I thought it was your death. I didn't throw you far enough. that mistake again. Okay. Let's ascend to the tower. Alchemist notes. No formulae. These except to concoct political success. I'll fight you. I mean, it's annoying, but I will fight you. You're now, you come back to me. I don't go to you, you come to me.
Tables with assets listed. Looks like a tabulation of supply levels. Coordination for the runners and haulers. They remained in the city for years after the surge, according to these dates. Wonder why they left.
I don't know, maybe because the weather machines are broken and there's spontaneous weather changes plus gigantic monsters?
Just some birth records. Surprisingly detailed.
Invaluable. We'll have to make sure Lane adds them to our archive later.
You know we have to head up. Any reason to come in this room? It's not. Kinetic two-hander. We still haven't built a two-hander yet. But I think that would also add into my weight and slow me down.
Here we go. Sigils. Ah, found it. Our creator is listed here as Lucia de Crassus. 2 registered workshops, both council approved for dangerous materials. She must have had some pull before the surge. One is here in the city, and the other, let's see. I've been there. That frozen town out in Joja's Maya. Better wear something warm.
I think it's important we run this one down, Bryn. The water clock is dripping.
What does that mean? Is it telling me that this is timed? I hate timed missions.
A lot of damage this high up.
Did you just shoot an arrow at me and run away? Don't do that. Weaver's Rest in Lower Denevron. idiot I am jumping over here when I just fall to my death if I miss. Don't do that. Rotate the camera. There we go. Climbing across the ceiling? It was yes. Okay, so I'm gonna fast travel back home first, as annoying as it's gonna be to do multiple loading screens, but that way I drop my supplies off instead of fast traveling straight to the lower division. So, let's go home.
Back in the spire. Let's see if we can find a registry of Maker's sigils.
Just to see if there's any talk with any of you guys. Oh. Politics and leadership. So this just ties into the location. So I'm not going to read all that because it's a lot. As I said, I might do another thing later where I do read all these. But right now, it's just too much to read. Over to Nevron. We haven't even gone to Weaver's Rest yet, so there's that.
All this light stone is reflecting the heat.
It would be so much worse if it were absorbing it.
Careful using flame here. Anything flammable will ignite and spread far too easily.
Okay. Of course, there's a freaking white one. Can't hurt him. Maybe this ice can? I wonder if I can hurt him while he's freezing. Maybe that's what white means? Oh, no. Waters of Nalden. Classic Sansa literature. Extremely steamy at points. Oh, no. Bet, Dom would love that. He can read it with his wife. She's from Stanza. Oh, what happened to this building? Oh, I think enemies fought here. And the bug won the fight. That's why this place is all destroyed and burnt up, with items littering the place. Okay. I haven't even gotten close to where I need to get. Yeah. Bugs lit the place on fire. Alright, we've made it. So, ironwork. There's another one over there. We'll worry about adding ironwork later. A plea. Repent and return to the temple of the first flame post haste. No. Oh yeah, I got the ironwork. Of course. Let's just take forever.
Weaver's Rest. Said to be a common place for weavers in Lowtown to gather.
Hey. Oh, I didn't even realize there's a lizard here. Detailed orders. Never filled. But for an alchemist servicing needs, need at least 5. So I don't know what that means. It's right here. Wow, I just really destroyed this place, didn't I?
The record said this place was registered to our enchantress of the north, Lucia. It sure doesn't look like a saboteur or smuggler's den. On the workings of Archons by L. de Crassus. Seems promising. Dom?
Certainly topical. Probably not enough to go on by itself, though. Still significant.
Okay, so now we're good to leave. Now that we've burned this entire already destroyed city to the ground. Ow! Got an arrow straight through my hand. No! No! Missed. Okay, I'm gonna also go back and drop my stuff off, since I seem to be full of spots in my backpack. See if anyone's got any more talk. Also salvage anything that we can. Okay, so now we can upgrade Dom's station. So now if we need to, we can start working towards level 2 spells. Codex, Grand Duchy of Rinland? Okay, I guess I completed another story. The items I've looked at. Hold on, let me make sure my clothes are decent enough to go in the ice. Six. That gives heat resistance. That'll at least give me 4 cold. That'll give me 8 cold. Three. That'll give me 4. But I don't have enough. So what gave me 3? This one did. I need 2. That'll give me 3. Finally, I need 1.
This one strikes a good balance.
Sounds good. Butcher's Mire. Stretch.
It's a good thing heat waves like this don't last long, or the plants would cook.
Farewell, food supply.
Thought you guys took damage from ice. You know, being reptiles and all. You know what I didn't check on? What the creature was here. It sounds like it's a stricken earth giant? It's not a dragon, and that's kind of what? Nope, it's a dragon. No, it's a bird. It's an ice bird. That's worse. Somewhere in here. Wow, it's so cold that it starts immediately freezing it back up. Can I burn a house down?
There's no way this is natural. Feels like frost magic.
So I'm guessing if I follow the torches, that I might get to what I need to get to. Maybe?
That aerolith can influence the weather. Almost certainly why things are frozen over.
Malfunctioning, then.
Indisputably. The ice buildup must be causing a cyclical localized reaction.
Sure. I'll take care of it.
Good idea. Swampy environs and intense cold is bad even for Enclave parchment. Best to lower the risk.
Yeah, I'm just making sure that's not a mission. Oh, it's part of this mission. Oh, that's nice. But again, the thing is, I don't have the fire spell yet. Don't need it. I keep hitting the wall. Come on. These don't grow back. It's just out of my reach. So why would it not be just out of my reach? I didn't get the fire bow. I should have gotten that as well. Because the fire spell is part of a mission, that's why I haven't gotten it. No! You're gonna fight me. I have no more potions now, and also no more freaking things to throw. Telling me it doesn't work like that? Oh, I'm just gonna end up dying then, because I need this other one.
There. Already warming up. Hope I didn't damage the priceless artifact too much.
Can't make an omelette, as they say.
Are you mad? Fuck off! Got time for your bullshit. Okay, we can get Windskull furs right here in this place. Ondervale. Pinned letter. Oh, they're pinned with arrows. Hastily posted and recovered arbalist bolts. Strangely, a bill of trade.
A lot of notes here. Water damage from the golden melt, though. Let's see. Materials. Huh. That's how you visualize a pattern. Lots of marginal notes. These have to be from Lucia. Ah. She mentions a flood in the later passages.
Sev and I will look at these together with her book then. See what we can learn in context. As Aurea says, candle is burning on our flood problem.
I mean, again, do the days matter? Nothing has told me that the days actually matter, so I'm thinking that they don't. Because if the days matter and you don't tell your player that the days matter, it's kind of fucked up. Oh, whoops. I am too short, though, so... Now I can carry more. You thought I forgot about you.
Have you ever wondered why the Veil is, well, called the Veil?
No. I don't think I've ever thought about it.
Obviously, nobody outside the Enclave knew that it was going to appear, so when the surge hit, everyone near the Veil was essentially vaporized. The first travelers to witness it all said the same thing, that it looked like a mourning veil, with tangles gathering around its base. A simple description, but quite evocative, wouldn't you say?
And that's where the name for tangles came from too, I'm guessing.
Correct. Their existence had been theorized previously, but they required massive amounts of raw magic to form, non-existent in the wild. Until the surge, of course.
I'll try and keep clear of them. Thanks for the history lesson.
Anytime.
Got it, Lane. I know, you all still have side quests I gotta do. Proof of conspiracy.
Any luck with the materials we gathered from Lucia's workshops?
Yes. I'll let Sev fill you in.
We started with the book, which was painfully dry and highly theoretical.
Unsurprising. The Enclave was notoriously tight-lipped about the construction of the arcs.
The book was still useful, as it contained a number of craft-specific terms, shorthands and annotations, all critical. Referencing the book clarified the notes.
Without it, they bordered on deranged rant, especially at the end.
Sort of a window into her thinking.
We suspect Lucia spent a long time in isolation while working on these.
She covered many topics, but the most prominent was her work into the flood.
All right, we can get some info here. What do we know?
Who exactly was Lucia? It seems like she had a lot going on.
Brilliant, but disturbed. She harbored a severe hatred of Enclave leadership, bordering on obsession.
Reams of fiercely colorful text, just to say some very rude things, especially about the Eye, their leader.
She was also, at one point, one of the most respected enchanters in the Enclave. She worked on something she refused to name, but was clearly of deep significance to the Enclave itself. Called it the source of all our problems.
Sadly, she only danced around that subject, and never offered details.
Okay. Tell me about the locations.
We know the Hearthsiders spent years working in Denevron after the surge. Why do we think Lucia ended up so far from the capital?
It's evident she disagreed with the leaders of the Enclave and gathered others around her who agreed. There's talk of several meetings taking place in the Mire, most likely to be away from prying eyes.
Called her group the Verdant Minds. Very planty.
I like it. It's poetic.
All right. You guys, we know the reason why the workshop was frozen over. The thing was damaged. But I guess tell me.
Her workshop was a little brisk, even for my tastes. Any idea why?
She was fascinated with Enclave technology, specifically the dismantling, disruption, and repurposing of it.
Remember our talk about the aeroliths and how they could influence the weather? When the effect is accidentally concentrated, it can be quite intense. We suspect she was experimenting with the aerolith in relation to the floods. She predicted their start.
Okay. How does her work tie back to the devices that were disrupting the arcs?
How do those devices I found with her mark on them tie into all of this?
In her final notes, her obsession shifted from the Enclave's leadership to the miasma flood. She was determined to find a way to stop it. On one hand, she looked to the aeroliths as a mitigation. Could they repel the miasma?
In the end, her answer was no. And so she turned to disruption. We think the arcs were tests. Could she shut them down?
And if so, could she shut down something larger?
She was clearly successful at least once. Maybe twice if we count the one outside the Veil.
Indeed. And when we're doing more general questions, that is what we must talk about.
Okay, that's all the context. Let's talk about the flood.
All intriguing information. But we should focus on the flood. Does she have an answer for us?
Partially. This is the design.
Her research led her to one conclusion. To stop the floods. She needed to disrupt a barrier of some sort. The frustrating thing is that she never explains what barrier or where it could be found.
She assumed, unfortunately, that anyone else reading it would know what she was talking about.
Her design is detailed and specific. The device it would create inverts the flow of magic and enchanted objects, disrupting them for a time.
We think the devices we found on the arcs were prototypes, small experiments to determine efficacy and duration.
So what's the catch? If the floods are still happening, clearly she didn't build one.
Lucia's thimble, as she calls it, requires some highly specialized components. It has to withstand considerable magical flow, far more than what's produced by an arc.
It's like how mass scales exponentially. Just because you can build a scale model of an aqueduct doesn't mean the real thing can support its own weight.
Thankfully, that supply cache you found has the necessary materials to handle that kind of magical flow.
Solar can pick up where Lucia left off then.
Exactly. The other thing we'll need is a source of magical flame. Solar's mantle won't be enough by itself. Thankfully, you've already gathered strands. Just come see me and we'll create a mantle together.
Okay, so we have clear next steps. Just one more thing. What happened to Lucia?
The flood. Our best guess, at any rate. There's no sign of her.
So that's another option of who could be the mysterious stalker. It could be the sister, it could be Lucia, they could be the...
There's a flood of raw magic on our heels. Shouldn't we be looking for a way out?
Zev, the ark is broken. Do you have any ideas on how else we can get out of here?
No, but we can't be sure the Hearthsiders will lead us to safety. Why chase them down?
There's a degree of uncertainty that comes with being a weaver.
I'm not... Never mind.
Zev's not a weaver.
I am going to be poring through Lucia's notes for years.
Fascinating stuff.
Perhaps not to everyone, but she was a brilliant enchanter. It's not often I read a marginal comment accompanied with a lewd doodle and go, flames, that's brilliant.
A lewd doodle? She drew penises in her book. I think the barrier that was talked about that Lucia took down is the veil. Lucia took down the veil. In order to stop the flood, here, she opened the veil and let the flood out into the world, and that's what caused the surge. Just my guess. Guess we'll find out.
I keep thinking about how angry those notes were.
Lucia's?
Yes. The tone was acidic, and she clearly felt she'd been betrayed. Not in the general sense. It was personal. I just wish she'd been more clear about by whom.
Yeah, I get you. So, unless you two got any talk, we're done with this mission. Nope. So before I can progress, I have to get the firepower. So I should probably do that next. Because I have the strand to make it. But I also will need I think I need a second Drake thing. A second Drake one. But I'm wondering if I get the one Drake one and then one of the Fire Flame guy, because it'll give it to me for free on first kill. Will that work? I don't know. Guess we'll see.